The man accused in a deadly crash rolled into a Harris County courtroom this morning. His attorney says mental health issues are to blame. Greg Smith made his first appearance in front of a judge this morning. He was hospitalized following the February 5th wreck. He is accused of being high on PCP, running two lights, and crashing into two cars. One vehicle caught fire, killing 3 members of the same family. He seriously injured 2 others. His attorney says that Smith is remorseful about what happened, but claims that Smith went to 3 separate medical facilities for mental health issues in the 10 days leading up to that crash.
Media hasn't been reporting, and what you don't know is Mr. Smith has been struggling his entire life with severe mental health issues, paranoid schizophrenia, bipolar. And as most folk who struggle with severe mental health issues, he self-medicates.
The DA's office says charges could be upgraded from intoxicated manslaughter to felony murder, depending on the ongoing investigation. Bail has been set at $800,000.